Hi, my name is John and welcome to the second in a series of videos designed to help you get to grips with JOverseer, the software for playing Middle-earth. In this video we'll be taking a quick look round JOverseer. JOverseer has a huge number of features which can be a bit overwhelming at first, but don't worry too much if you don't understand everything right now, as later on we'll go through exactly what you need to view your results and write your first set of orders. Before we begin though, there are two things to be aware of. Firstly, JOverseer is designed to show all the information it can about all the nations in the game, not just your own one, so don't assume that everything you can see belongs to you. And secondly, the information is often an estimate or best guess based on what you have discovered in previous turns. So take care, and if you're ever in doubt, look at your PDF, whose information will always be correct. Let's start with the top left pane. Here you will find 7 tabs with the map open first. The map is pretty much self-explanatory and you're going to spend a lot of time looking at it. So take a quick look round now if you like. You can click and drag the map to move it, but we'll explore it in more depth when you come to write your first orders. There is one setting to be aware of while we're here though, the fog of war. Currently, hexes your nation cannot see are marked with diagonal lines, but many players prefer to have them shown with just a small cross in the corner. So to change this, go to Preference, Map, and change the fog of war style to X's. The next tab is a turn report view. This provides you with information about what happened as a result of your previous orders, or, right now, information you have been given at game start. Most of this information can also be found in your PDF, and until you are used to using JOverseer, it can be useful to keep the PDF to hand. In fact, even experienced players often start by reading their PDF before using JOverseer to dig down into the details of their position and plan their orders. Economy Calculator. This shows the state of your nation's economy. Most importantly, it shows the estimated final gold in your nation's coffers after your orders have been processed, and also what you can sell if you think you're going to run out of gold. Team Economy. You can pretty much ignore this one for now. It's used by team captains to organise their team's economy, or by players running multiple nations in the same game. However, it does list the number of characters your nation controls and the current character limit, which can be useful. Info, Order Info and Spells. These are reference sheets containing information you'll need when it comes to writing orders. As with many of the information tables in JOverseer, you can double-click a column header to reorder the table by that column. The top right-hand pane only has one tab, the current hex view, but it is an important one. Click on any hex on the map and information about that hex will appear here. The current hex view tab is one of 2 ways to enter orders, and ideal if you don't know the order codes by heart, or at least you don't know them yet. Moving on to the bottom left pane, we'll start with the Orders tab. Here you will find a list of characters and any orders given to them. It's the second way to enter orders in JOverseer, allowing you to write order codes in directly. Note that by default this tab is set to show all characters with orders, but you may find it useful to change this to show all your nation's characters whether or not they have been given orders. So to do this, open the drop-down menu and select your nation, in our example the Woodman. Now you should see all your characters there. The other tabs in the bottom left-hand pane are Characters, Spellcasters, Artifacts, Relations, Armies, PCs, Companies and Encounters. These all contain information about the elements you have discovered through playing the game. So take a quick look now if you want, but they are not needed just yet. And finally we have the bottom right pane. Map options. These set global map preferences. Perhaps the most important is the top one, which shows what turn the map, and in fact all of JOverseer, is showing. This is very useful when planning your orders. Then the second tab is Order Editor. When you're entering orders using the top right-hand pane, you'll be taken here to fill in the required parameters. So that's the 4 main panes of JOverseer. There are also menu options across the top, and these give you access to a host of other features, functions and information panes. We won't go into these in too much detail right now, as again you don't need them to write your first orders. But briefly, they're as follows. Game. This is where you open up your game, import orders, save, etc. Tools. The tabs you can see open in the 4 panes at the moment are only a few of those available. The complete list can be found here, and clicking on one opens it up for viewing. Advanced. As the name suggests, this contains more advanced options and is mainly for team captains. Map. This has a number of functions for use with a map. All of them are interesting, but we don't need any of them right now. Preferences. JOverseer is hugely customizable, and here is where you do it. Perhaps the only one worth noting right now is Restore Layout. If you ever find you've mucked up the way JOverseer looks, then click on Preferences, restore layout, restore classic layout, and all will be well again. Help. If you're stuck, try looking here. Speaking of help, there is also another excellent guide to GeoVisir available on our website. It was written over 10 years ago, so some of it's a bit out of date now, and it is aimed at more experienced players. But if you ever want to know something and can't find it, it's well worth taking a look here. Shortcut icons. Finally, below the menu options are a number of shortcut icons. Hover over them to see what they do, then ignore them for the time being. So, now you know your way around GeoVisir, and you're probably feeling a bit overwhelmed. But that's okay, because everything you need in order to view your results and write your first few sets of orders can be found in just a few of the panes. And that's what we'll be looking at in the next video.